All right, saw a very interesting comment. One of you wrote on my video there refuting MacArthur. Ben Mary Kucha, I guess is how you say her name. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Says, look up John MacArthur's Grace Community Church Camp Regeneration Youth Summer Camp 2010, 13, 14 promotional videos. Rock music, rapper, Lecrae, hip hop, all brought in to reach the youth. Sounds and looks like Rick Warren and Peter Drucker, Bob Buford, Leadership Network Church Growth Infiltration. His church has a men's group fellowship. Give or so $2,500 and you get to play golf with John MacArthur. I haven't checked into this one down here. I don't doubt it for 1 minute, but I did check into some of this camp regeneration stuff. Very, very interesting. Okay, here we have, let's go back up here. John MacArthur mainstreaming paganism in the church. John MacArthur's Druid Festival. Okay, Regeneration Youth Camp is what this whole thing is about. And again, we're not going to go through this whole article, but very, very interesting here. Let's see here. I mean, we get into a whole lot of stuff, but I'm just going to focus on some of these pictures. Here's pictures from this Regeneration Youth Camp thing. You know, totally no restraint on the flesh there. And then you have the youth painting their faces up to look like the Joker from the Batman movies. And there's Lady Gaga, some kind of a album cover there or whatever else, you know, whatever. But you see, no difference between lost, openly lost, and professing Christian. Of course, they're not saved, but you know, it's ridiculous. It's absurd. But it gets even worse. Here you have Forest Home Summer Camp promo Summer Solstice celebration at Stonehenge. These people are into witchcraft here. Again, more of it Summer Solstice, Summer Solstice. More of it face painting. Oh, Regeneration Summer Camp again. Face painting. Regeneration Summer Camp promo. Again, painting their faces. The Wicker Man film. Painting your face and things like this. Satanic Hand Salute. Regeneration Summer Camp. This is John MacArthur, okay, doing this type of thing here. Okay, pretty insane. And of course, you know, these young women here, of course, are modestly appareled too. I don't think so. Disgusting. They wonder why fornication is such a big problem among these youth groups and things. I mean, it's insanity. And then there's Pastor Rick Holland at Regeneration Camp 2011. And he's doing the thing with both hands. And there's variations with it, you know, sometimes they extend the thumb out, sometimes they bring the thumb in, and whatever else. But then it gets really disgusting here, the sacrificial pig ritual. This is just very, very, very offensive and disgusting. They basically do like a tug of war thing and try to get the other person to touch a severed pig head on top of a garbage can here. Severed pig head. Okay. Now, you know, if you have some youth out there, some young Jewish youths and things like that, the Jews would consider the pig to be an unclean animal, is this going to make them want to get saved? Or is this going to repulse them? And severed animal heads, and you try to pull each other and make you touch the severed animal head. What is this? You see? I mean, you get into all kinds of stuff here, but it's disgusting. But here's the real problem I have with this. Let's listen to this thing here by the lying Masonic Satanist John MacArthur. Listen to what he says here. Listen to the hypocrisy of this whole thing.
Alone. Oh, we have some replacement events for the church. You can go to places with big crowds on a Sunday, and lots of folks will flow in there. They'll turn the lights off, and then they'll turn on the strobe lights, and there'll be a bunch of wild music. That's the pseudo-church. That's an event. That's a repeated event that is intended to replace the church. And generally speaking, it mocks the church as out of touch with the culture, out of touch with what people want. And very often that pseudo-church has a pseudo-pastor. It's really very little more than a sort of personality cult or personality club. It's all about style, all about entertainment.
Okay, all about style. It's all about entertainment, personality cult. Hello, John MacArthur, why do you think the people are coming there? But see, when he gets around the adults, oh, we're going to stick with the old ordinary church, the old ways, the old time religion, because we want your money. I mean, we want your faithful membership. But then he gets around the youth, a totally different story. Let me show you here. This is the promotional thing for the 2016. All right, Regen, Camp Regen. Right there you see John MacArthur. This is him. I'll play a little bit of this.
Lose your life here and now. Give it up to Christ. And
okay, notice the back music there? But let's go back to the very beginning. We'll watch this thing from the beginning. Sorry to put everybody through all this vexation, but just to show you the wicked hypocrisy of this man. We don't need entertainment. We're not going to, this is the pseudo church and led by pseudo pastors and things like this. We're not here to entertain people. We're not here to make flashy things or whatever. Check it out. I just kind of pause this for a minute because it's quite disturbing. I mean, oh my word, the mind control of this thing. Again, please understand what mind control is. Mind control is accomplished with music, with the sound effects, with the hard driving rhythm that's faster than your heart rate. It gets the adrenaline up. I mean, this is mind control. This is textbook mind control. To get these teenage youth that, oh, you just can't miss this. You gotta be there. Oh, you're just a loser if you're not there. But John MacArthur doesn't employ these tactics. He's about the old time religion. Let's continue. There's something coming up that you need to see. That's why I'm playing this. Something very interesting. Let's watch. Okay. Observe on the side of the trophy, right here. You can't see it real good in the shot, and they don't ever really show it full on, straight on. It's a fleur-de-lis. A fleur-de-lis is one of the signs of the Jesuit order. Now, why would they make a trophy with one of the symbols of the Jesuit order on it? It's kind of strange, isn't it? Let's look at it a little bit more. You'll see it again. Notice too, they're all flying the different flags, different nations and things like this. Interesting. The Masonic occult ceremony that people call the Olympics and it is a Masonic ceremony. If you look at the origins of the modern Olympic Games, it ties back to the Masonry, to Freemasons created the thing. But it's all about all the nations coming together, putting aside their differences to play sports, using sports to bring all countries together. It's a Masonic ritual. That's why at the beginning, the opening ceremonies of the Olympics, it's always filled with the occult symbology and everything else. You know, interlacing circles and stuff like this. It's all occultism. So, crazy, but let's continue here. Watch for the trophy. Okay, you see it there again? And I'm going to show you here real quickly. Right here, St. Louis University, a Jesuit school, fleur-de-lis, right there. Ad majorem Dei gloriam, for the greater glory of God, the Jesuit motto. IHS there, Isis Horus Zeb is what that stands for the initiated. To the laity, it's, you know, in hoc signo or some kind of, they come up with a bunch of different ones. But the thing is completely Jesuit. The fleur-de-lis. So, and again, there's a whole lot of stuff. Just look up fleur-de-lis. You'll see a lot of connections to the Jesuits. But right there it is on the trophy that John MacArthur gives out. Notice the dramatic pausing on the trophy being held up.
Why are you here? Why are you at camp?
Now, I'm just going to fast forward a bit here. They go through some of these different preachers, you know, and it's funny because, you know, oh, we're not into entertainment, stuff like this. Look, like the modern worship service thing, they have Pac-Man up here on these huge big telescreens. There's the music.
If anyone wishes to come after me, he must deny himself. He must take up his cross. He must follow me. You can hold on to your life here and now and lose it forever. Or you can lose your life here and now, give it up to Christ, and save it forever.
Know that when Jesus asks you to follow him,
Rock, praise and worship music? I thought John MacArthur said that they don't do this. He's a lying hypocrite.
and that when he asks you to surrender seemingly attractive things, he offers a far greater reward. His perfect life credited to you. He offers his body as taking the punishment of your sin. Yet also know that if you reject Christ and hold on to this life, you will lose it. Examine yourself and be sure that you're following Christ.
Following Christ. It's continuing, you see. Follow me. See, it's a works-based system. See, John MacArthur and his little cronies there, they do teach lordship salvation, true lordship salvation, that Jesus must be Lord completely of your life. And it's a continuous following process. It's a process of works. It's not about get saved and then your life will change and you're still going to struggle with sin. Oh no, you have to be following Christ all the time. You have to be his slave. He has to be Lord of all, or he's not Lord at all. This whole thing. It's works salvation. He's a papist. Okay, let me show you another one here. Again, is this good for teenagers, to be dressing like this? No, it's not. Let's look at a little bit of this 2010 thing here.
Pour your heart out before him.
Sorry about that.
God is a refuge for us. Yeah.
See, there's the severed pig head thing again. Every year, severed pig head on top of a trash can. Okay, so there you go. Rap music. You can't Christianize rap music any more than you can Christianize heavy metal or any other satanic form of music. Rap music, do the study. It ties back to voodoo. Voodoo, the drum beats are created so that you can be mounted by gods, they say. Devil possession, in other words. Right? That's the whole point. And if you ever want to see something very disturbing, type in voodoo ritual or voodoo ceremonies and things, and you'll see acting very much like this. But very, very, very dark, very very sick stuff. Okay, not recommending it, but you know, I've seen some voodoo rituals. It's very, very highly satanic, bad stuff. Rock music is the same thing. The fast drum beats, it's the way that they conjure devils. Again, it's a whole other thing there. But let's go through here. Okay. Still, John MacArthur's not involved. Oh, yeah, he is. Right there he is. Remember, he said the people come, it's a personality cult and all this other stuff. Yeah. They come, personality cult. Let's get back here to this lying devil in his message. Let's go to 28 minutes, about right there. Now remember, you just saw what all he's doing. You know, I'll do it this way. Let's listen to what he's saying.
Now, when we hear about contemporary churches today, we hear words like this: radical. We are a radical church. Or we are a transformational church. Or we are an extreme church. Or we are an awesome church. Or we are an emergent church. Or we are an alternative church. Or we are an innovative church. Or we are, I've even seen, an explosive church. Really. I don't need high energy. I don't need high emotion. I don't need creativity. I don't need cultural savvy. I do not need to be entertained. Those are not my desires.
Okay, I'll let it play a little bit longer.
If you're chasing high energy and entertainment, you're running from the church. I don't need a radical, contemporary, transformational, extreme, awesome, emergent, alternative, innovative, explosive church. I don't need that. I just need an ordinary church. There is an ordinary church. There's an ordinary church. I just wish churches were ordinary so that we...
There's your ordinary church right there. He doesn't need to be explosive or about entertainment as he's shooting t-shirts from an air cannon out into the crowd of young people. This is not entertainment. I mean, folks, this is Book of Acts, okay? He is making disciples right there. I mean, he's you know, he's teaching them sound scriptural exposition. You know, he's teaching them the Bible. These young people are prepared now to go out into the world and you know, really stinking hypocrite. I mean, I've never been a fan of John MacArthur. I've heard so many things about him over the years, you know, and things. But now that I actually look into him, you know, and I thank the brother that sent me the link to this video about your responsibility to the church, this guy is far more wicked than I realized. I mean, he's a lying hypocrite. Right there. It's just insane. Don't follow John MacArthur, okay? Get as far away from this guy as you can. He's preaching a false gospel. Changes the word of God. He lies. He's a total hypocrite. I'll show you one verse to kind of conclude this thing. Proverbs 21 verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. If you wander out of the way of understanding, if you get away from the Lord, that's where you're going to head. The congregation of the dead. Being led by a dead false prophet like this man right here. A lying man tied to Freemasonry and witchcraft.